What's up, guys? I know it's been a long time since I filmed a video, but today I'm here to do what's inside my bag, or what's outside my bag. I took it all out because of this video, and I'm gonna go over what's my setups, my rod and reels, or just my combos, and what I have, like 3 bait casting rods and what I have set up. And I'm gonna go over my tackle and all that, basically, like what the YouTubers do. Duh. Okay, to start off with, I got my Soft Classic tackle, or tackle box. First of all, I got just a cheapo Ozark Trail frog, because they're all out first, or from other frogs. Then later on, I got myself a Strike King frog top water. Works really good. The hooks are too sharp, and they're just making my frog really dull. And next up, I got the Lunker Hogs top water dragonfly. These things are saucy. Like, I'm telling you, they work really good. I pulled a 3-pound bass on 4-pound line through thick weeds. Trust me, this thing will catch a fish. Next up, we got my black and blue jig. I got it paired up, or not paired up, sorry. I'm just gonna use paired up. It's my favorite word. I got it paired up with a cheapo crawl, black, oh my gosh, red and green. And it's really good, effective. Trust me, I've got some dingers on it. Next up, I got my swim jig. It's without a blade, basically. I got my swim jig with a Strike King swim bait, natural color, or like shad color. Next up, I got my black and blue Strike King. It's a 3/8 or 3/16, paired up with a Strike King crawl, rage crawl. And I like the rage crawls because they have a lot of more action sometimes, maybe a little bit more than Bandito bugs from Googan Squad. Now, Googan Squad, y'all are my favorites. Please don't hate me over that. But Strike King has some really good action crawls for $5. I'm not gonna lie. Next, I tried to do a stupid idea where I just spray painted white chatterbait because I didn't have a white chatterbait at the time. For some dumb reason, I decided to do it. So yeah, and it turned out pretty bad. Trust me, don't do that with your baits. And for me. Next up, I got my cheapo swim baits from Walmart. Work really good. I've gotten really good bites on this. Trust me, and I got 3 for just extras. And then I got my Strike King swim baits with the screw-on hooks, weighted hooks to just to them like ready to go. And next up, I got my Strike King Rage Swim with an underspin screw-on weighted hook. Now these things will catch you fish. Trust me. I've caught, like, if you think this is way too big for bass, trust me. Even small, largemouth, they will eat this. Trust me. Next up, I just got like a pocket full of Shikoshi bugs when I go creek fishing because these things are saucy. Trust me. I got natural for clear water. Obviously, you always gotta have that. Next up, I got my oh my gosh, small spin rate for creek with a small swim on it. Sorry if I'm going way too fast. I just hopped fast off for some reason. Next up, I got a Strike King, I think, chatterbait with the Exo Swim. It's like, it used to be 5 inches, but I had to cut some off because the screw-on thing really messed it up. And yeah, it's black and blue, really good for dirty water, obviously. And I got my small swim baits, obviously. And one more thing to tell y'all, y'all don't have to buy expensive lures like from Cabela's or Shields. Obviously they have some really good stuff, I'm not gonna lie. But half or a quarter of my things are from Walmart. They have some pretty good lures, trust me. You don't have to go like expensive stores just to get the best of the best. Trust me. That's all I started off, that's how most every fisherman starts off. And Walmart grew on me, and I started using more of Strike Kings because I have some really good lures. And they act kind of like Googan baits. Obviously they're not, because Googan has the best Googan baits out there. Trust me. Not the best, but some of the best. And that's it for the first box. I went kind of too fast on that. I'm going to try to go a bit slower on the other one. Alright, next up, I got my tackle full of hard baits. That's a must have. You gotta have some hard baits because if not, you're just not. You'll suck. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, I got 2 buzz baits, or not 2. I got a buzz bait and a spinner bait on there because they won't fit in the other box. Okay, first off, I got mine. Cheapo jerkbait. Works really good. Like I said, you don't need expensive lures to catch fish. Next up, I got my $7 jerkbait from Striking. Really good, except I forgot what it does, but not does, but how it acts. I think it's just like you jerk on it, right? It just sinks on it. I forgot what that's called. It's submerged, so like it acts more of a dying fish instead of floating up. Those are my 2 jerkbaits. Kind of went fast. Now this one, I found it while fishing. 13 cents. What's it called? Rattle trap with big old treble hooks. Who has that big of a treble hook? Jeez, you're trying to go fish for like stripers or something, like sturgeons or what? All right, next up, I got my Ozark Trail Rattle Trap. Looks really good. Mostly acts like just like a shad. Trust me. And next up, I got my red and black rattle trap. That's a must-have color. Trust me. These things, this color will catch you fish. Next up, I have another lure I just found from the lake. It looks like a bass to me, honestly, but I caught some fish on it. Now, moving on to my square bills. I got 4 of these. They're all different colors. Oh my gosh. Freaking treble hooks, right? Have to get them undone. Oh, jeez. Pain in the ass. Okay, next up I got my small bubble square bill. This is meaning like a top water square bill. It'll go down like a half a foot. But trust me, this thing works really good, especially when the sun's about to start dying down. And like they're looking for those baits that are coming up close to the bank and like starting to feed on. This will work really good, like around 6 till dark. And they're just really good. Next up, I got my another bubble, but a bit more bigger one. It's kind of like a top water, but it dives down a bit more deeper. And mainly I'll use this like for not too much of a dirty water lake or water, obviously. These 2, I got them from like Mystery Tackle Box. Trust me, they send you some pretty good baits for the right time of the year, and that's like mostly where I get half my hard baits from. And next up, I got my another one. This is more for top water. This is more for top water because it doesn't really sink at all. So this is going to work really good. It's a small square bill and a little bit more smaller presentation. So when they don't feel like, even though they're going to eat some really big old shad or minnows, whatever, like, it's just the right size. Next up, I got my must-have color square bill, but this one dives a bit more deep, or like a lot more deeper, but is really good and more effective. Right here, and it's a cheap one too. So I got a good deal on it. Really good action. Like I said, you don't need expensive baits. All right. Next up, I got my deep diving crankbait right here. I just have it just in case I'm on the kayak, and like where the lake I fish, it's 38 feet deep, so this is gonna come in handy. Next up, I got my Somo of a deep diving crankbait. Works really good. I just like the color, obviously. Now, those are my crankbaits. Next up, I got my 2 hard baits, or hard plastic swim baits. It's Luger presentation. Haven't caught anything on it yet, mostly because one of the treble hooks is like missing. Or, like part of the treble hook is missing, so yeah. Next up, I got my swim bait. I keep on forgetting what it represents. Jeez, it's okay. Comment down below what this looks like again. I forgot. It's like a, jeez. I don't know if y'all could tell, but that color right there, it's like a bluegill, but it's not. So yeah. So those are my 2 swim baits, and I got a rooster tail, a bit more bigger presentation, and just a blade lure. I forget what these are called, but these are really good for lakes. I just know that. Okay, these work really good with lakes, like rocks all around, and just like jig it, but like you can reel it in fast or slow, however, just not slow unless you want to get snagged at the bottom. Trust me, that sucks. For my top water now, top water, you cannot go wrong with that. Trust me. I mean, you already saw my other 2 top water frogs, so yeah, and dragonfly. So there's just a Preacher top water. I forget what it's called. Cicada bug, that's what it's called. It's a cicada bug top water. Now these things will obviously catch you bluegill and bass from now on. Next up, I got my Jesus, man. I got my spook. Now this is my favorite color. Now I'm trying to get a black color, or like a color of black. That way, like if they want different type of like color from the bottom, when they just feel like hitting a different color. Next up, I got my what's it called? Hula popper. Look. I got my hula popper. Like again, it's a cheapo from Walmart. Then I got my home, or somewhat of a homemade top water. This used to be a keychain right here, but I didn't want to go buy another one, so I just used like what I had from a keychain, put some rings on it, and small triple hooks. For some reason, I can pull up a 5-pound bass. All right, for a keychain. Now next up, I got a buzzbait with 2 blades. These are my favorite because I don't really like the buzzbaits with 1 blade, so I just get the 2 blade. And this is Strike King right here. I just don't put a lure because it just makes it fall down a lot more. Then I got my Strike King. It's what's the color? Well, I don't know. I just got a. Geez, I forgot the neon and white. I forget, or chartreuse. That's what it was. Paired up with the Zoom top water, not top water. Damn it! It's a soft plastic jerkbait on it. So yeah, caught some really good fish on it. Looks really good. And the last box is just the box full of hooks. Screw-on hooks, different type of hooks. Just a quick look. Like that. I'm not going to tip it all the way over because I do not want to pick up hooks from a carpet floor. Okay, moving on to my soft plastics that are all in small baggies. Next up, I got my Strike King Rage Swim. These are old, but I still use them. They've been used a lot, but I still use them. And these are just newer, big but effective, even small largemouth. We'll eat these, trust me. All right, and this is what I used to catch my PB 6-pounder on a kayak. I'll put the picture just right there where and right there. These are really good with an underspin. Trust me, underspin with this. Oh my gosh, it's the sauce. All right, those two. Next up, I got the Googan Lunker Logs. Oh my gosh, these are the sauce. Trust me, Lunkers. Thank you for the baits, man. I mean, they're 6-inch. I mean, I know they're kind of big, but they're still really good. Next up, I got the Rattling Neds. I forgot who made these, but the Rattling Neds they're dingers. Not dingers, but they're just really good soft plastics. Next up, I got the Rage Crawl from Strike King. Really good action on the claws. Trust me, for its size. I mean, they kind of rip off kind of easy, but you know, when you like snag or something, but they're really good. I would recommend these. Even you can get these at Walmart. Trust me, they're really good for the action. Really good as a trailer too, or a Texas rig. Then I got my shim stick, whatever you call them. I'll put these like weightless on a Texas rig, or just with the weight on a Texas rig, or just wacky rig it. Whatever comes to your mind. Okay. Next up, I got the Live Target. Now these are really good for big lakes. I mean, I got a small one for a smaller lake, but whatever, it still works. But there's different sizes out there now. These are a bit old, but I still use them, but they're really still effective. Next up, I got the Rage Cross. Same thing, just black and blue. Okay, here on I got the Berkley Crawls for trailers, because I don't really want to use the other ones because I'm running out. Now I got black and blue and red and black on there because I just got red and blue and black and red for cheapos. They're really good. Trust me. Then I got some type of lizard on here for top water as a trailer, whatever. Okay, now I got the Zoom soft plastic jerkbait right there. They're good, trust me. Like, these have a lot of action just for a soft plastic jerkbait. Like, they represent a jerkbait, trust me, but they're soft plastic. Next up, alright, you got the Exo Swim. Small swim baits, or as a good trailer for chatterbaits or swim jigs, whatever you call them. They're really good. Or you can just use them by yourself with the small J hook, or any type of hook. Just has to be small, just not any type of hook. Here, I'll show you real quick. Alright. You could use a, like, somewhat of a, I forgot what these hooks are called, but hook like this right here. That's a good hook to go with the swim baits right here if you want to use them by itself and just without a trailer or anything like that. They're really good. I got them from Mr. Tackle Box. If you, hey, MTV, if you're hearing this, Carl, come on, man, give me a sponsor. All right. Lastly but not least, I got 3 more bags. But not lastly, kind of. So I got a bag full of random soft plastics that still work, but I just don't want to mix them in because, like, when it gets too hot, the colors, like, they just smash into each other, right? Next up, I got the Sweet Spots tackle from MTV. Now, trust me, they're kind of like the soft plastic jerk bait, but they're not. It's kind of like the jerk bait with the swim bait. That's, for me, that's what I see them as. I'll just bring them out real quick. They're like this. They're really good for trailers, like for chatterbaits, natural. They're really good for it. They have a lot of action. The tailor just has a lot of action. Trust me. All right. And just get them from MTV's. Like, seriously, I don't have a promo code because I'm not sponsored by them. But I do have a lot of MTV boxes that I've ordered from them. They're really good. I got like 10 for like 1 month. So yeah. Then here I got like again, a bunch of like random lures. I got some trench hogs from the Googans and a bandito bug. So yeah. Really good. And other than that, that's, oh yeah, I gotta go over the rods. I almost forgot. So I got some Googan baits and all that. So now moving on to the rods and the combos, whatever you call them. Right here, I got a $22 rod. You don't need expensive rods or reels to go out fishing. Just get a rod and reel and go out there. Trust me. Now this is a Berkley Cherrywood HD. I don't really use it for like Texas rigging or anything like that. I use it for top water. You know, it's still really not great because like the tip is flimsy. It's not really strong enough for good hook sets. But it's still a really good rod to use to start off with. And I got it paired up with a Revo X, or just a Revo X, and paired up with a line of the 65 pound braid by Spider Wire. And they're really good. Spider Wire braid is really good, but I'm trying to get myself some Googan braid. That's the good stuff right there. And it has a cork handle, feels nice, and it's light too, or somewhat light. But I wouldn't really kind of recommend the rod because it's flimsy, or it's gonna get you bad hook sets. I lost a lot of fish with this rod. Trust me. I mean, it's good. It's all right, but just like try not to use it for Texas rig or jigs, anything like that. So that's the first rod, but it's a good rod to start off with. Next up, I got another $22 rod. It's Excursion Shakespeare strong rod. Wait, I got the wind grips right here, and I got it paired up with the Loose Speed Spool Pro Tournament. It's a TSLP1SH, and it's really good. It has a inner braking system. I forgot what they call it. It's just inner braking system, and it's really good for like, it's like $130 if you want to go a little bit more pricey on the reels. But it's a really good rod or reel, but don't get this one because it has a problem with the gears. Like if you spin it and you stop it, like spin it, but you stop it right there, it's gonna make a crank sound. So I wouldn't really recommend this rod. I didn't know it until I got it from I had it like a few days after I bought it from a guy from Facebook. So yeah, but it's still a really good reel. Just wouldn't kind of recommend it. Oh, and I got a Senko, small Senko on it with a J hook on it. And on this one, I got a Belonca log Texas rig with a bullet weight. That way, just like the head of the head of the worm falls down instead of like just falling down like sideways. So yeah. And I just have it in a Texas rig in case I want to use something else instead of a Belonca log or a worm. Okay, fine. Last but not least, I got my rod. It's a bit more on the higher end, just a little bit, like just a little bit. I got the Syncroix Mojo Bass 7.6 medium heavy action. It's really good, like for those like long casts, like if you're one bank to the other, if you cast there like on jigging, it's really good to have that extra length to get those good hook sets. because I wouldn't really try and get a good hook tip with the 7, just a 7 foot, because the hook action, or the set the hook, is really gonna be bad. So that's why I got that extra length to get those really good hook sets. And I got it paired up with the SLX DC Shimano, or Shimano SLX DC 7.2, something a bit more slower, like during the winter, but not want to use a swim bait, something like that one, just to fish something slow, basically. And it's a really good rod, it's pretty sturdy, trust me. But there's the other version, like the St. Croix, but it's a bit more higher end, but it's alright. And if you want to get yourself like a SLX or Shimano of any kind, like they're really good. They're just somewhat over. This one cost $190 total, but I got like the $40 with the warranty, because in case I break it, I'll go switch it out. And the St. Croix cost $160, $30 with the warranty. So overall, like it's gonna cost you like $480 in total. But if you don't get the warranty, it's gonna cost you like a few $100, something like that. I'm not really good at math, so I'm just going with what I know. But it's a really good combo, trust me. And I got 17-pound fluorocarbon on it, low strength. That's what I really like about fluorocarbon. And it's Berkley. It's the Berkley fluorocarbon, and it holds up really good. And costs like $14, and it's really good. Trust me. So I got the same thing on the Lewis, but not the Revo Garcia, or Revo X. My bad. But yeah. That's it for today, guys. I know I haven't posted in a while, like a long time, 2 months. But I'm gonna try and hopefully next time I'm oh my gosh, next time I upload a video, hopefully it's gonna be on the water. Hopefully, I don't know, because of COVID and all that. And for some reason I didn't know like Texas was back down in the lockdown, so who cares? Honestly, it's Texas. But if you care, just don't go outside. I'm just gonna keep on fishing. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna put my Instagram, the link below, Snapchat maybe, I don't know, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. Thank you. Peace.